Even the best characters can sometimes get a raw deal. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 underused Doctor Who characters, The Rule. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at characters who just don't get the appreciation or the airtime they deserve.
Marvellous woman. I voted for her.
Did not.
Number 10, Francine Jones. Martha's mum wasn't the most likeable or sympathetic character at first, mostly due to her constant attempts to drive a wedge between her daughter and the Doctor.
No, actually, that's about it. We haven't had much time to chat, been busy.
Busy? Doing what exactly?
Stuff.
But while the audience and Martha know how great the Doctor is, in Francine's defense, she only ever witnessed the chaos he brought. Naturally, she was concerned, and in the end, she was right to be worried. After all, thanks to the Doctor, the Jones family did wind up enslaved by the Master.
Like this.
Say sorry!
Considered parents are par for the course on Doctor Who though, as Jackie Tyler similarly took an initial dislike to the Time Lord when Rose disappeared for a year.
I am a doctor.
Move it. Stitch this, mate.
Number 9, Lynda Moss. Lynda with a Y, as you probably remember her, was the Doctor's housemate in the far future version of Big Brother.
Do people like me? Lynda. Lynda with a Y, not Lynda with an I. She got forcibly evicted because she damaged the camera. Am I popular?
I don't remember.
He takes an instant liking to her, and even agrees to let her come along in the TARDIS. Eventually facing a Dalek invasion, Lynda takes on the responsibility of tracking their movements. But unfortunately, tragedy strikes when she's spotted, shot at, and ultimately left to the mercy of outer space. Her death weighed on the Doctor for years, much like the death of Jabe, who gave her life to let him escape Platform 1's air conditioning system.
Jabe, you're made of wood.
Then stop wasting time. Time Lord.
Number 8, Harriet Jones. The MP for Flydale North when the Doctor and Rose first met her, Harriet started out as a bit of an annoyance, not just to the characters she interacted with, but for the audience in general.
Who the hell are you?
Harriet Jones, MP for Flydale North.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
When she recognizes something strange occurring at Downing Street, however, she offers to help, establishing herself as a worthy ally. Sadly, her second appearance left much to be desired. As the new Prime Minister, she orders Torchwood to blow up the retreating Psychorax ship.
That was murder.
That was defense.
Not to worry though, she does finally redeem herself by reuniting all the past and current companions and calling the Doctor back to Earth, sacrificing herself to the Daleks in the process.
Exterminate!
Number 7, Nardole. While he was a major companion, Nardole didn't quite make the same waves that, for example, Bill did during Series 10.
Is there anything on my head?
Well, yes.
Describe it.
Well, you've sort of got antlers.
Introduced to the Doctor by River Song, whom he worked for, Nardole winds up taking on the responsibility of making sure 12 stays on the straight and narrow after River Song's death. Most importantly, Nardole was charged by River with making sure that the Doctor sticks to his promise to guard Missy's body and protect her.
How the hell did you get here?
Followed you from Beryllium on the explicit orders of your late wife, River Song. Warning, I have full permission to kick your ass.
Nardole wasn't one for big acts of heroism and rarely stole the limelight, his personal arc focusing more on making up for his criminal past. But he was there when the Doctor needed him most.
Got a suggestion for you then.
Oh, there's a novelty.
Don't die. Because if you do, I think everybody in the universe might just go cold.
Number 6, Martha Jones. Being the first companion of the revived series, Rose Tyler was always going to be a tough act to follow.
We've got air. How does that work?
Just be glad it does.
And while Martha proved an awesome companion in her own right, audiences did struggle to get over Billie Piper's departure and to appreciate Freema Agyeman's replacement character. A medical student with a big family, Martha couldn't be any more different from Rose, and her specific expertise did lend itself to a lot of heroic moments.
What are you doing here?
I'm returning this. I thought you might need it. How did you know? I heard the explosion. I guessed it was you.
She perhaps gets a bad rap for falling for the Doctor, but then she ultimately leaves him on her own terms for a badass career with Unit and Torchwood, of which we'd like to see more.
I hear the song of a nightingale. Miss Martha Jones.
Number 5, Oswin Oswald. Clara is possibly one of the show's most divisive companions, with some fans loving her and others not so much. But what are often overlooked are those echoes of her character that prove vital to her time in the show.
Happy birthday, Mum. I did make you a souffle, but it was too beautiful to live.
Oswin, in particular, gets nowhere near enough of a chance to shine in her single episode, despite her role as arguably one of the most unique allies the Doctor has ever encountered. A human super genius, perhaps even cleverer than him, who was brutally turned into a Dalek and deemed insane.
Rescue me, Chinboy, and show me the stars.
Does it look real to you?
Does what look real?
Turning the Doctor's arch nemesis into something much more complex, she definitely deserved more than the throwaway nickname Souffle Girl.
Run, you clever boy.
Number 4, Danny Pink. If you thought Clara was polarizing, her one-series boyfriend was even more so.
Yeah, I wasn't going, but I am now because you're going to be there and suddenly it seems like the best idea ever.
The Doctor and Danny were chalk and cheese. The Doctor dismissing Danny for once being a soldier, and Danny taking issue with the Doctor for placing Clara in danger.
Your dad. Your space dad.
But even with all his shortcomings and the tension between him and the Doctor, Danny ultimately stepped up when the opportunity presented itself after his death. Danny has the chance to bring himself back to life as the Neversphere shuts down, but in a purely selfless act, he instead sends through the boy he killed by mistake during his time in the army. Redemption achieved.
You need to find his parents. He died a long time ago. I'm sorry, Clara. I truly am.
Number 3, Kate Stewart. Daughter of the Brigadier during the 3rd Doctor's tenure, by the time we meet her in Series 7, Kate Stewart has become UNIT's Chief Scientific Officer. She wields some serious clout.
Kate Stewart, Head of Scientific Research at UNIT. And with dress sense like that, you must be the Doctor.
Unfortunately though, despite her family ties, she's often reduced to a means to an end, called in whenever the Doctor needs a bit of help from UNIT, or else when the ticked-off time traveller needs to tell them off.
You set this up, why?
Because it's not a game, Kate! This is a scale model of war!
In fact, Stewart is so underused that Clara often manages to solve most of the problems before she even gets a look in, and UNIT has all but disappeared in the Chris Chibnall era. She's a vital voice when she's there, but she's just not there enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Number 2, Yasmin Khan. With 3 full-time companions in Team TARDIS for Series 11, one of them was bound to get sidelined. And unfortunately for Yaz, it was her.
Is this normal for you?
I'm just a traveller.
All too often reduced to a character who just oohs and ahs at whatever the Doctor happens to be doing, most episodes seem to pass her by.
What? Big spider problem in this city right now, Yaz. Glad to be home?
But she has huge untapped potential, especially if her police training, personal history, and seemingly unwavering moral compass were brought into the storylines. Clearly, she has plenty of skills that would come in handy when travelling through time and space. He's hoping that she gets to do more in the future.
You all right, sweetheart? I always cry at weddings.
Number 1, Mickey Smith. You might remember Mickey Smith as Rose's kinda clingy, often pretty frightened boyfriend, but there's way more to this guy than that.
Can I use your computer?
Yeah. Any excuse to get in the bedroom. Don't read my emails!
Yes, he starts out a little weak, but he seemed to grow into a stronger, more noticeable character every time he appeared on screen. In the end, he helps to stop the Slitheen and Blonde Felfoch, and also sacrifices his old life to stay behind on the parallel Earth to take care of his elderly grandmother.
Rose, my grand's here. She's still alive, my old gran, remember her?
Yeah.
From that point onwards, his all-too-rare appearances are mostly defined by acts of heroism, leaving audiences wishing that he showed up more often. At least he was able to move on from Rose and find happiness, with Martha no less. A match made in unsung hero heaven. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.